While we are getting started here, I would love for you to type into the chat an encouragement for last week. We did shout outs kind of for ourselves, but this week I would love for you to either an encouraging thing or shouting out someone that's a sideline or on your team, up on sideline, downline, whichever it is. Shouting out in the comments. Let's just have some fun with that and get going on a fun, positive note of just celebrating what's happened either this year, maybe conversations you've been in, where you can give somebody a shout out for something scary that they're doing or hard work that they're doing, or some fruit that they're seeing in their business. What, darling? 1 second, Daddy's not home.
Mommy, Jenny took her shirt off. She took her pajama shirt off all by herself. She took her pajama shirt all by herself off. Okay. And her diaper off. Everything. Wow, look, turn in the naked girls.
Hey y'all, sorry. My husband is one meeting a quarter where he's working late, and of course, this is the one time my 7-year-old gets out of her bed and is crying. Anyway, thank you guys for sharing fun shout outs. I will read through those in just a minute, but let me go ahead and jump in since we are about 8:35. I was so encouraged that it's February 15th, which I know February doesn't have 31 days, but we are halfway through, if it did have 30 days, halfway through the second month, which means we are exactly halfway through our first quarter success sprint. And I don't know about you, but that is so encouraging to me because we started off this year and we have goals and we're like, I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to get my planner out. I'm going to do the things. And we're getting conversations going, right? It's always the hardest to get the chugging going along, right? Pushing things to get the momentum back going. And so I want to applaud you for being here, for being engaged, for being in conversations, for making the post, for doing the Instagram training, for doing all of these things, but mainly for your mindset of just wanting to be a part of what's going to happen this year. I am really excited about what God is potentially going to do because remember, none of us planned the amazing, insane growth that happened last year. And who's to say that that's not going to happen again, right? So we're only a lot, but it's because we want to remind you guys, our business really operates seasonally, right? So I'm sorry about that sprint. And that is because we really do operate on a seasonal basis. And that's just because people care about their health in more certain seasons than the other, presumably. In the beginning of the year, they start to get excited again. And then when the sweaters start coming off, everyone gets really excited about getting healthy again because it's beach time, right? So don't forget, we're entering into a season where you're definitely going to want to be in conversation with people. You're going to want to have been present. You want to be starting those conversations so that as this momentum picks up, we all get part of it and share in that fun with you. I don't love to talk about money all of the time, but I would be remiss to not. Oh, it says it's cutting out. Is internet okay for everyone else? Can you hear me now? Sorry, guys. It's a little spiritual warfare over here, I think. Jackson also burned his hand earlier for like the first time in his entire life, so that was super fun. Anyway, but the financial side of this is really just, it's too important to miss. And I think it's a big part of why most of us are here. Number one, we love these products. We fell in love with them. Number two, we know that we know so many people who need them and we have a heart for helping people. Yes, like that's never going to go away. But I know some of us would share this stuff, and I share stuff on Instagram all the time. I'm not getting paid for it just because I love it or I use it or those types of things. But this is what makes this so unique, is that you can love this and you can see what it's doing for you and what it can do for others. And you can also dream big about it financially changing your life. In the short term, you've got some fun prizes to go after. Obviously, every person you sign, you're getting more cash on your paycheck, right? Now we have retention credits and all this stuff. Don't forget all the prizes that are going along with the success sprints. You get, if you enroll at least one new ambassador in the quarter, and you have 500 credits, you get 100 extra bucks. Y'all, a lot of people don't ever have the chance to earn $100 bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal for like 90% of everybody. Not to mention the other cash you would have earned getting 500 credits. The sports pack, super fun things maybe you wouldn't purchase for yourself. And then at 1,500 credits, you're going to get 500 extra dollars. Think of in that time if you've also gone senior silver or gold, or maybe you're shooting for senior gold to help with that or help some people on your team go silver. You're also earning bonuses and cash for all of that. Plus you're growing your steady paycheck, right? All of these types of contests, all they're doing is extra incentive and fun stuff, but it's on top of an already growing sustainable paycheck. And then if you're adding 6 new ambassadors throughout the quarter, at 2,000, you're getting a new computer, which is maybe why my Zoom is cutting out, because I need one real bad. I'm working on that. 2,500 credits is 1,500 extra dollars, you guys. Do you know the marriage retreat that I just went on? That was just me and my husband with those 2 counselors, this beautiful little bed and breakfast resort that they have, and they're feeding us breakfast every morning, and really some of the best like counseling, really deep stuff. So many of you texted me or messaged me about that and are like, I can't believe you got to go. That's one of my bucket list items. Do you know how much that retreat costs? $1,500. $1,500. So at 2,500 credits, that is free to you. That's extra on top of your paycheck. You know, if that's a goal of yours, be going after this cash. Get that on the books. That was a life-changing retreat for us. Like, it is possible to have that. If you don't have an extra $1,500 sitting in the bank, go earn it and get on that trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is extra possibilities for you. Plus, obviously, top credit earners are going to Paris. Like, that would be super fun. But anyway, all of this extra, I just want you to visualize what that kind of extra cash that you're not expecting can do for your children if you're wanting to take them on a special trip. Maybe you're looking at private school next year because the homeschool stuff isn't working out for you right now. This is extra money in your pocket. Don't let it pass you by. We are only halfway through this first quarter, and you guys, January is when things start back up. February is a shorter month, and it's usually about the same. January, February, usually the same amount of growth. March is usually our biggest month in the beginning quarter for rank ups, for points, and for new ads. Okay, so wrap your brain around that right now so that you can capitalize on that as we go into March in this last month of the quarter. There is still so much of this that is within your reach, okay? So there's all of that. Just wanted to encourage you on that aspect. And then how many of you would like to know what the last 5 years of my 1099s have looked like? because I don't share numbers all of the time, just because I just don't. But I was going to share on Facebook just the percentage of raise that I had gotten. But if you'll type in the chat, do you want to hear like legitimate actual numbers of my 1099s from 2016 to present? And also, I would love to hear from you. If you've worked in corporate America, or if you have had a job where you have been getting raises, I would love to know if you got a raise ever in your working career and what the percentage of that would have been. Like a lot of companies are like, oh, you'll get a 3% raise or a 5% raise, like any and all of that. So pop that into the chat really quick before we move on to the next segment. And I just want to share with you what the power of this opportunity really has looked like specifically in my life. Yes, 1 to 4%. Yeah. Annual raises in nursing jobs usually about 3%. Yeah. 3% annual raises. Yeah. 1.5 to 3%. And that's like if you get them, if the company has a good year, you know, those types of things. Property management world. Yeah. Okay. So that is very common, between 1%, usually very average around 3%. And then, yes, based off of years of service. You know, teachers, you have to be there for so many years, or you have to get extra degrees, which allows you to, or causes you to go into more debt with schooling so that you can get raises. Like there's so much of all of this wrapped into this. And I just want to remind you guys with some tangible evidence. Obviously, everyone's journey is different, right? But if you will commit to yourself, to your family, to do this without the out, you know, like without the, well, if this works, I'll go all in, or if this, then I'll do this. But like when I started working this business, I just kind of got excited and ran with it. And I knew if I can make any money, then that means I can make money, right? If these products are helping people, that means they can help people, right? There's no question there. I see people doing well at this. That means the compensation plan works. And I get to take advantage of that and tap into that. This is called an opportunity because nobody's going to hand it to you. But just like in regular job world, if you show up, you can absolutely get paid, but you're not just going to get paid a 1% to 3% raise every year off of minimum wage or wherever you were at. So in 2016, I went gold in January of 2016 and went ruby, I guess, by May. So 2016 was kind of a big year. I went senior ruby in August that same year. So my 2016 1099 was $34,840. That's like a regular full-time job. Like that's more than most teachers. That's definitely more than Brandon was making in ministry that same year. Okay. That was my first full year really digging in and working Plexus. Now to rank that many times in 1 year, I was definitely all in. Like I was at convention. I didn't know anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a different mindset to be doing that. 2017 is when we went Emerald. The percentage increase from 2016 to 2017. Are you ready? Nobody told me I could do it. Nobody, in fact, a lot of people probably were thinking that I couldn't. 139% was the raise that I got to give myself and that the Lord gave our family through this opportunity. 139% in 1 year from an already full-time salary, basically. Okay. So in 2017, it was at $83,265 on that 1099. That was my first year, half of a year of Emerald, okay? From 2017 to 2018, I got another 38% raise. So that next year, as my first full year of being Emerald, my 2018 1099 was $115,220. Y'all, I dropped out of school twice, 2 times, okay? This was a year and a half after coming home from the overseas mission field, where we literally lived off of the support of other families. Like, they were giving us money to live. Okay? Do not put God in a box, and we are not done. Okay? The next year we had a slow year. We had a back office changeover. We switched over team pages in 2018 to 2019. We only went up 15%, which I shall look back into the chat and say that's still 5 times more than most people get if they get a raise from their corporate job. And that was on a slow, I'm stuck at Emerald year where we didn't have much growth. We still got 15% raise. Okay. So 2019, my 1099 was 135, 615. Oh, not to mention every year we got to go to Hawaii and we drive a free Lexus. Okay, opportunity. Now from 2019 to 2020, our percentage of raise was 49%. So 50% basically in the following year. And in 2020, this 1099 that I just got, and I'm going to say this, like my heart is beating really fast, is $202,000, 743. In the last 5 years, from 2016 to 2020, we have got a 482% raise in 5 years. When we're talking about an opportunity that's worth taking hold of, that's worth figuring out how to make it work best for you, how to learn new skills, how to overcome fear, how to just love on people, how to make space in your life. I'm not just telling you that because I just want you to do this. I want you to do it. I want you to enjoy it. I want you here. But this opportunity is real, and it's only halfway through February. You have an entire year ahead of you. What was your 1099 this past year from Plexus? We all got one, even if it was $1,000, even if it was $5,000, even if it was $15,000, or maybe yours was a big one this year and you're just like, what is God doing, right? I know, 100% been there. I'm still there. Reading these numbers is crazy to me, okay? I'm not qualified for most jobs. I don't have a college degree, but God does not ask for you to be qualified. He asks for you to walk through an open door and show up and let him be the judge of what you can earn and what your worth is and who he's going to speak through you to use you for, okay? 482% in 5 years. What would that do for your family? What would a 15% raise for the next 5 years do for your family? What would a 139% raise do for you in 1 year from what you got on your 1099 this year? It is possible, okay? We're gonna stop talking about money for a second, but sometimes I just need you to see how real it is, because I forget. I needed to see people's pay stubs and I was like, okay, but really? Like, all right, but like what's happening over there? Like, I don't get it. And it makes a difference when we had no income when I started this, like it made a difference that I could do this and get 139% raise that year, because that meant Brandon didn't have to work part-time at Chick-fil-A and we could just allow him to work at the church, even though it was a really small salary. This increase allowed us to move where we felt like God was calling us to move, and allowed Brandon to take a part-time worship position, basically getting paid enough to pay for our health insurance. And that was it. We still were able to buy a house to put our children in and feed our family. That's what this increase has meant for us. It's been provision for us to be able to follow the call of the Lord on our lives, not just build a kingdom here on earth and like do crazy stuff. Like, I'm wearing slippers and sweatpants right now. I haven't worn a bra all day, and I had to go into the gymnastics place today. Thank God it's a black sweatshirt, right? It was crazy. Anyway, I just, for some reason, felt like this was not even where I was going to go tonight, but I just had this written down earlier. I had to ask Brandon to help me do the math, and we had to Google how to get percentage of increase because both of us had forgotten how to do that. But we figured it out, and it's just amazing to see what can happen through someone who's completely unqualified, and we're just willing to show up and say, okay, here I am, Lord, whatever you're gonna do it and help me not lose it in the process, right? My mind, not anything else. Anyway, okay. We're gonna move on because there's some fun stuff happening this week specifically. And Kim's going to talk to us about a few of those things so that we don't miss out on the opportunity to plug into these things and plug other people into them as well.
Uh-oh. Man, I wanted you to hear this so bad.
Kim, can anyone else hear? Kim, are you there?
No.
For some reason, I can't hear you. It says you're unmuted, but I don't hear you. Let's see if she comes back.
Let's try that. Is that better?
Yep, there you are. Hey.
Okay, sorry. I think it was I had my Bluetooth earbuds in and I didn't have them both in. So I think the sound or something wasn't working. So sorry. Anyway, a couple things going on this week. One, it's, I'm starting with what I didn't say first just a second ago. But one thing is our wellness challenge is wrapping up this week, our Lean into 2021 challenge. And so I just want to really encourage you guys to make sure you are plugging in yourselves, but also plugging in all of your people that were committed to this at the beginning. We've had our check-ins and those things this last week, but you know, sometimes life gets busy, but it seems like so often we start out with so much excitement at the beginning of these things. And we really want to make sure that we continue that and we have that excitement again at the end, because it is such a fun time to be able to celebrate what we've done and the disciplines we've been creating. But it's also just a really good beginning for what we're going to do going forward. So definitely be in touch with your friends that were doing this challenge with you, teammates that were doing this, and make sure you're talking to them this week. You're in conversation with them about how things were going, things you liked, things they didn't like, you know, things that went well, didn't go well, so that you can be accountable with them going forward for their continued success. So talk to them about products they liked, the stuff they didn't like, check their subscriptions with them. So before their next shipment goes out, they're getting what they want and what they need for this next month. So that's just a really important thing to be doing this week. A lot of those subscriptions this month, we don't have those flex days at the end of the month after all the subscriptions run. So we really need to be on top of that this month as far as just looking at people's PV on their subscriptions, making sure they're over 100 PV before they go out. But if they're not over 100 PV, be checking in with them, have a list of those people ready to go so that you can be connecting with them. Because of the challenge, but also we are having a wellness event. Plexus is having a wellness event on Wednesday, the 17th, and they are launching a new product. And there has not been a lot of talk about it, I feel like, but I will say it is something they're going to want to add. It's going to be awesome. And so have that list of people that aren't at 100 PV yet, because you're going to be able to reach out to them and talk to them about this new product. And it will definitely be something that they want to try. So I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I know I'm kind of going quick, but go ahead and jump in, Sal, if there's something else you want to add there.
It is going to be amazing. Only the diamonds have seen or know what it is. The jewels, I think we're letting, when was that jewel call? Like maybe yesterday or day before. So it's going to be amazing when it comes to what has been happening the last 2 years, what people are worried about in their health right now, what we would love to incorporate for our own families. Everybody's going to want to add this to their subscription. Plus, it's going to be in some new welcome packs and stuff, I'm sure. So Wednesday is going to be fun. It's going to be a training wellness event, but they're going to release that new product. So if you've got people local to you, get together, enjoy that time, or just be sure you've got your earbuds in, you're watching that at home. I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I know maybe some of you might be at church or whatever, but catch it on the way home if you can. If not, I'm sure there'll be a replay and we will all be talking about it when it's done. The last thing I want to impart with you is not this coming weekend, but next weekend, a few of our jewels are getting together because we are going to do some huge revamping and cleaning out of our team pages and some of our systems that have just needed updating for a while. So much has changed from corporate. So many things have happened. Our team has had huge growth. And now that we have the Engage app and things like that, we just want to make sure that we have some more simple systems that are pertinent to what's actually doing and how we're running our business right now. And with that being said, we have created a Google form that I'm going to be posting on the team page tomorrow. I would love to make sure that everybody who is invested in our teams and working their business and enjoying this opportunity with us would get their hands on this and fill it out over the coming week, because we want to take this information and this feedback from you as we are cleaning out and creating our more simple systems. What has worked well for you? What did you love when you first joined? What is it about this team specifically that you love that you want to make sure we're expounding on and that doesn't go away? What do you feel like in your year or 2 years of doing this with us has helped you to grow your business or to feel well informed? Things like that can help us make sure we're not deleting or not doing things that are helpful to you, and also that we can get rid of some of the fluff so that we can all have more peace in our homes, but still have growth in our businesses and enjoy working this and feeling like we're all running that same race together. Okay. I love you guys. It's 9 o'clock. I know you've got another, you might have another call to jump on. So I'm going to leave it at that. But dig in this week, lean in challenge. Let's finish it out and get excited about Wednesday night. Make sure you're registered. Check your emails if you need that registration form. Bye, you guys. I'll pop the recording up as soon as it's in.